of disappointment across Egypt, and I think you kind of touched on it right there. There's so much inconsistency at the moment with VAR and decisions, and how far do you go back to pull a decision? I think it was, the referees made the wrong decision disallowing Egypt's second goal. Might be wrong, but I think that there was such a long distance that had gone by, and the foul was so minimal. I completely understand why the Egyptian coaches have kind of and squad have been so disappointed. I think I haven't had a full chance as well to look at the pull back, but Fatih's shirt was pulled back. Salah, there was a pushing around the box, or on the edge of the box. I think if that was Messi, if that was somebody else in Argentina's shirt, the question is, would there have been the same consistency? And I think that's what's really aggrieved people.
John, can I ask you one more question on all of this, which has just come to mind then? And I'm not trying to be sensationalist or controversial, so I'm asking you because you're very balanced here. But because of everything that has gone on with FIFA and Balogun, any situation that happens now, any controversial situation now, will be seen by more people with conspiracy theories, won't there? We've always had conspiracy theories in football. We've always had, big teams get the benefit of the doubt. Officials favour the big teams. They'll want to keep Brazil in I know Brazil aren't in anymore. They'll want to keep Brazil in a World Cup, or they'll want to keep Messi or Ronaldo or Mbappe in a World Cup. But because of the last 72 hours, the sceptics will have increased.
Yeah. And that's not good, is it? That's not good for the feel around the game. And
no.
Who's to blame for that? The organisation that are supposed to be looking after the interests of the game. They've opened a Pandora's box there with the decision that was made and everything that's happened with Donald Trump. And that has brought us to where we are here. And that won't be the end of it, will it? This will carry on during the course of the tournament.
Absolutely. Well, Messi is still in tears, Paul Robinson, isn't he?
And he's just received the bumps off his teammates in the middle of the pitch. A big circle of the Argentinian players throwing him up and down in the air. You would think it would have been his last game, and that might have been the send-off that he got. But actually, it's a celebration rather than a sad one. And the supporters inside the stadium, they're certainly not in a hurry to leave, as you can probably still hear.
I was going to say, I don't remember seeing scenes like this in this tournament so far for Argentina and for Messi. And I mean, he has been in tears since the final whistle. And the way that he celebrated the goal that he scored to make it 2-2, as I said at the time, I doubt whether he will have celebrated as wildly any goal that he scored in the way that he did this one. He ran away with an extra energy, punching the air. And it was at the end where the massed ranks of the Argentina fans are, behind the goal to our left. And it is quite a sight there. And I think that's why you've seen the particular scenes that we have. And the Argentina players now are finally leaving the field all together as a group, as a team, as a squad together. They're just about to pass down that big blue tunnel to our right. But he has been in tears since the end of the match. And to actually throw him up in the air, the whole team around him in the centre circle, again and again, and he's just walking now. I can see him there applauding and waving to the fans who are just gathered around the top of the entrance to the tunnel, and he disappears from sight. But that was, as Paul said, that was almost like his goodbye. But there is still a quarter-final to come.
And in amongst, I'm going to bring Tim Vickery in a moment, Paul Robinson, but in amongst all the controversy and all the Egyptian anger, see some good goals tonight. And the winning goal, whatever you think of whether it should have been called back or not, the winning goal is a counter-attack of beauty.
It was unbelievable how quick they did it. And actually, I thought Lautaro Martinez, as I said in commentary, on the right-hand side, he didn't really have anything to aim for in the box. I mean, Fernandes was trying to get there, and they both looked like they're absolutely shattered. But Martinez, to me, he just looked like he curled it into a space into the box because he didn't want to run to the byline or run any further. He put it into the box, and Fernandes just turned it into a piece of brilliance. He arrived at the header, perfectly timed it, put it into the back of the net, and the scenes that followed that were quite incredible.
The other thing, I mean, in all of this as well, is the Egyptian disallowed goal would have been right up there for goal of the tournament as well.
And it was almost identical to the one that they got. I mean, it was the same three players that were involved. They're a different interchange. It was Salah onto Hassan instead of the other way around. Hassan then found the goal scorer, and it was exactly the same three players, with Zico putting the ball in the back of the net. And They had a game plan, the Egyptians, and that they did it well, and they used those three players on the counter-attack to great effect, scoring 2 goals, but for their disappointment, only one of them counting.
Headline writers across the world, John, fuming that they didn't get the opportunity to use a Zico winner against Argentina.
Yeah, that and just as I said during the commentary, to have Zico and Messi on the same field together, if only.
Tim Vickery, they'd have been licking their lips at that in Rio, wouldn't they?